how to create a drum track. First thing you do is to add patterns to tracks. Then you use the sequencer to play the patterns, and then at last you bounce the sequencer to a stereo track. Okay. So here I have a new project. There are 3 types of rhythm you can use, if you can say so, here in Zoom R24. The first is you can select the rhythm here, which is a Rythme Box, a box playing inside here. You can hear that. You can change the pattern as you want. I'm not gonna go into that here. But when you are satisfied with this pattern, you can assign it to a track, and you can see, maybe you can see it says assign here, and that means you push this button, okay, and simultaneously you select the track you want. So now I push the assign button here, and then I push down to see the first here. That was it. Right. And then you say stop. Exit. And you can start to play again. And if you play, you can see the pattern is playing here. Okay. Now you have assigned the rhythm to track 1 and 2. Very fine. That was one way of doing it. The next way is to go into track. Select track here, and then you select the track, and then that you can do if I want to use 3 and 4, I just push 3 and 4 down here. Now you can see that I have selected track 3 and 4 here, and then I go into take. That's the first. Push enter here, and then there are 3 types of things you can do. This is the file, that's the normal way, and then there is patterns, and last you loop USB. I shall show you loop later, but first let's take pattern. There's a lot of patterns inside this Zoom R24, so you can use them as you want. I just find something different than the first, like with jazz. I take something like this jazz here, and then I say enter and enter all the way. That's it, and then exit. Now I have put this jazz, the new jazz, onto that track. Let's see that. You can see? You see? Jazz is now on here, 3 and 4, and the first one is still here. You can play both simultaneously, of course, but we don't want that. I want to start with this one, and then later I want this one to play, and okay, we'll come to that later. Well, that was the 2 first way of doing things. The third is by using the USB, which come with the Zoom R24, which has a lot of sample drums. Okay, but the first thing to remember is that this project goes in with 120 beats per, I don't know, second or measure, I don't know. 120, that's important because you have to use the 120 folder in the USB. Okay, so again, track, and I select the tracks that I want to assign, and I said here, that's it. Now you can see that I have selected track 5 and 6. Okay, then I go into take again, and then instead of pattern I go one more down. It's loop USB. So enter that. It goes into the USB, and now you can see there's several types of drums you want. I just take the first. Oh, now you can see. I don't know whether you can see it, but if you go into your own, you can see that there's a folder with 70 BPM, and you know our project has 120, so I have to find a folder with 120. And now I have a folder here, 120. Inside that folder there's a lot of new folders here. I find something called Funk It. All those folders inside the 120 are types 120, of course. and there's a lot of dry funk, but I just select something. Complete. Okay, and then I can go and say it should loop. The loop is set to off here. So I can say on so that it goes around so I can hear it all the way. I don't think it's necessary, but I just do that here. Okay, so now the loop is on. I go out again, and now I have a sample drums on 5 and 6. Let's hear that. Go back, play. That's the funk. This is sample drums. It's not playing. It's not playing from the rhythms. It's USB. Okay. Well, I still have these. Okay, so now I have 3 types of drums and 2 stereo tracks. But this is not working, so I have to organize them. And to organize them, we can use the sequencer. Okay, so let's say I want to this first track to play for, let's say, 2 measures, and then this one in 2 measures, and this one in 2 measures. Okay, how do I do that? Well, you go into track again, and then you select track sequencer. Then you go into that, enter. That's it. Now you push the, as I can show there, you put the record to record. Okay, and now it's ready for recording. Okay, so what do I want? Well, I want this one to play for the 2 measure. Okay, I just push down, and now you can see it plays that it's 4 measures. I don't know whether you can see it, but I can actually delete the last 2. I just push delete, so now it's only playing for the 1, measure 1 and 2. Okay. Oh no, that's a problem. I'm sorry. I was not starting at 1. I should go all the way to 1. Sorry. Alright. There's some old data here. Shit, that's not good. Sorry. Okay, I go all the way back to 1. Okay, now I'm all the way back to 1, and then I push track here. Okay, and it plays for 4 measure, because that's how it's created. But I only want 2. Yes, that's no problem. I go back and push delete. Now it's only playing 2 here, and then after that you can see the cursor is it's blinking on the 3rd measure. So that's okay. So now on the 3rd measure, I want this track, and let's just push it. Okay, that's the jazzy bit, and it's also playing 4 measure. Okay, no problem. I just go back and delete. And then the last thing, I want this funk rhythm to play for 2 measure. And it has only 1 measure pattern here, so I just push 1 more. Okay, now you can see, perfect. 1. Now I'm satisfied with the sequence. I go out of this. Sorry, just stop first. And they'll just go out, but it doesn't work yet. So if I go all the way back, everything is playing. Not good. What's missing? Well, you have to say to the sequencer that it shall be playing, and that's just by pushing this button here. So if I push here, you can see, track sequencer on. Now I can play. Okay, sorry. I should go all the way back, sorry. It starts with 2 measure here. 2 measure. And then here. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 3, 4. Okay, that's it. So now I have a perfect track on inside the sequencer. Okay, but I want everything to be on 2 tracks, 7 and 4 in stereo. I don't want to take all those tracks here. Okay, well, you just bounce the sequencer onto this one. How do I do that? Well, it's simple. You first, of course, you have to be satisfied with the volume. Maybe this should be really low, this and this really high. I don't know what you want, and this really low again. Just to example, okay? So now I'm satisfied with the volume, and then I go into track again. Here, track, and sorry, that's not the right thing to do. Should not go into track. I'm sorry. You have to say, if you go out, you can see, if you read here, it says bounce. Okay, so I just push that one bounce down, and now that bounce is on, and then I select the tracks that I want to bounce, so they have to be red here. Okay, now it's green, nothing, and red. So everything I'm playing is gonna be bounced down to this. Okay, let's see whether that's the case. I just push record. Okay, let's see. Okay, stop. And then I put everything down here, the volume, and put it and place this and see whether it works. Yes. The first is very low, and then is high. Okay, very good. So how do I get rid of these tracks? Just delete those. I don't know really, but I figured one way is just by going into track, and I select the track again, and then you do that. Select. Now I have selected the track 1 and 2, and then I just go into take, and I say file and new file. That's one way, and then I select another track, file, new file, and at least the 5 and 6 track. Sorry, file, new file. Okay, and then out again. Now all these tracks are empty. Okay, you see? Now I have the bounces track here. Perfect. That's it. Thank you.